Hello, Maeya TV. Welcome back. I'm Jessica Haro, and I'm here with Reppa Senta, an EDM artist. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell us about yourself and about your music.
Well, I'm from Los Angeles. I'm an EDM artist. I do up-tempo party music. For those that don't know what EDM is, it's electric dance music. I'm also an actor, so I do a lot of films, a lot of independent films, a lot of independent work for different, producers, and I mean from all over. I done work with, people from Los Angeles, Africa. I'm working with a group from China now. I play a principal. That's going to be fun, playing a principal
Great.
of kids.
Well, tell us about your music career. How did you get involved in the industry?
Well, I've always been in music. Since I was a kid, I would take songs and break them down and write my own lyrics to someone else's lyrics. Then I would go around the neighborhood and promote myself and say, hey, I'm going to perform in my grandmother's front yard. You know, you guys should come watch me. It's going to be a quarter. So I would charge my neighbors to watch me perform, and some of them are still my biggest fans now.
But then I know you were performing, of course, fun. But then you were working kind of from the background side in production.
Yes,
right?
yes. I come from a background of production. You know, my team, we did a lot of producing for a lot of artists and different things like that. And it taught me a lot about music, to be able to count the beats and, help me with my flow pattern a lot. So, my production background is where I mostly did my business inside the industry.
And what kind of music did you produce?
All music, all genres of music. There was no one. We would, we did probably over 1,000 movies, hundreds of TV shows. So, when you do movies and TV shows, there's different genre of music that they ask you for. So it was not just one or, or the other. But yeah, we did a lot of music, a lot of different music.
Were there any well-known artists that you worked with?
All relevant artists. Ice Cube, Chingy, DJ Quick, Dub C, Eve, Pink, Reese, those are pop stars. So, Ludacris. We did the Biker Boy movie, New York Minute with the Olsen twins. Like Austin Power Gold member. Like there was, like I said, there's thousands of movies that we worked on over the 20-year span of production.
And then from all the production you're doing, you started making your own music.
Well, I always made my own music. I just never put it out. So people what made me start putting my music out, because people would hear the music and be like, sounds like it be on the radio. And then, a couple of my friends would hear him say that, and they'd be like, Rep make music for himself. He only let himself hear his own music. He never puts it out. So that kind of forced me to start putting the music out and see how I go. And here I am with you guys now.
So tell us about the kind of music that you make.
I make EDM music. It's electric dance music, as I stated. We are... it's party music. It's up-tempo. I want to make people happy. I don't even curse in music. I don't, say any bad languages or anything like that. I just want you to be able to smile when you hear it, dance a little bit. I make music that you can play for your son and still play for your grandmother, and it won't be a culture shock in between. So
What artists have influenced your music?
The music that I'm doing now is more like Pitbull, Flow Rider, those type of artists that, like to make people get up on the dance floor and give you electrifying songs. So that's where pretty much my guideline is to when I approach a song. I want to make you dance.
Mm-hmm. So what is it that drew you to EDM?
My flow pattern. I always had a different flow pattern from everyone. It's always been a like a more faster. So when I was doing EDM, it kind of wasn't. I mean, hip hop. It wasn't matching right. They would like it, but like something's missing. But once I found the EDM lane, then yeah, we found out what was missing. It was the type of tracks that I was performing to.
So in your production career, you worked with a lot of big artists. Did you learn anything from them that you brought into your own music career?
Professionalism. Like, to deal with professional artists, you definitely have to be professional. If you want to be anything, in life, you have to bring professionalism to the board. So I learned a lot of that from dealing with artists. You have to come ready for what your opportunity is, because every opportunity is not given, it's earned. So I just stay prepared for my opportunities, and I learned that from a lot of artists.
So what is the EDM community like to work with?
Amazing. It's been, I work with a few different EDM producers, telling them like, hey, I'm trying to learn from you. I'm not just here to do a song. I want to learn from you, and they're open to teach. So a lot of hip hop is different from that. A lot of hip hop is different from, if you don't know how to do it, they just leave you leaving on a rope. So EDM producers and people in the EDM world would tell you, hey, no, you should say it like this, or add this to it. And, they give you a lot of good pointers when you're dealing with people that's welcoming you to a certain community.
Now, you've had a lot of success internationally. Tell us about the tours that you've done.
Well, since 2018, I've been going to Europe back and forth. So I performed in Amsterdam, Germany, Belgium the most. There's a big festival in Belgium every year. Shout out to Funnel Face. It's in Belgium, Europe. They invite me every year out there to, hit their stage. I just got back from Milan in Switzerland maybe about a month ago, performing for Miss Universe. And a buddy of mine named Chase Bell. So I've been dealing with a lot of overseas stuff. I go to Africa. Past 2 years I've been going to Africa, performing, doing things like that. So more tours coming. So
tell us about how you got involved with Miss Universe.
Buddy of mine named Chase Bell. We did a show together for the Hollywood and African Prestigious Award. That was our first time working with each other, and he pretty much liked my professionalism. So he's like, hey, I got a show in Milan, Switzerland. Are you interested? And I was like, yeah, of course. It was, and he introduced me to Miss Universe. Her name is Mina, by the way. Dr. Mina, my bad. So, and it was a great experience. It was, a great feeling to just be around those type of successful people.
Now, you also performed at and hosted for a big award show.
Yes, the HOPA Awards, the Hollywood and African Prestigious Awards. Now, these group of people, when I came in with them, I came in as a volunteer. Just, I want to volunteer. I'll help you guys. And they were like, okay, well, what do you want, for your helping? I was like, just let me perform. If you guys allow me to perform, I'll, give you my business sense and what I do inside the industry. So, they were agreeants, and next thing you know, 5 years later, I was hosting a major award show, the first show in Africa. I'm the first American host of their award show in Africa. So that was a lot of fun also. That was the first time I ever hosted. I didn't go to be a host. I just went to be a performer. And they were like, Rep, we got something for you. We want you to host the show. And I'm like, okay. But it was a great experience, you know.
And now I understand that you have a single coming out soon.
Yes. Well, I have a single out. It's out.
Great.
Yes. It's called Hustle the Streets, Give Me That Bread. And then I have a second single that I just dropped with this dope artist. His name is LA Boy Pharaoh, and it's called Falling For You.
Oh, great. Tell us about these singles.
Well, Hustle the Streets, I did that song in Belgium maybe about 2 years ago. I went to Belgium. Like I say, I went to learn how to do music, and I got with a dope producer out there. His name is DJ Defka, and he really took me under his production wing and showed me how to structure songs for an EDM song. You know, the way that I recorded it isn't the way that you hear it now. So he showed me how to, you know, really break songs down and enjoy the making of the songs. So that was a big thing. And that was, you know, my song, Hustle the Streets. I've been touring that song, like I say, for about 3 years. It instantly caught on with people. So they were inviting me back to Belgium. That's how I ended up in Africa. People, you know, they're hearing that song. People was like, oh yeah, you need to come and perform with us.
Now, could you give us a live sample of your song?
Sure. Let's go with Hustle the Streets, and it goes, on the hustle day and night, I can't stop till I get right. Money problems on my mind, 24/7 on the grind. Like a star, this light gon' shine. Hustle's in me all the time. Give me that bread, give me that bread. Only thing on my mind is getting that bread. You know me as a hustler, make my money double up. You ain't bout your bread, got my deuces up. Rep, can I hold? I reply, no sir. If you don't ask me, then I won't have to tell you no. But ask me how to get you some, I would have to let you know. Hustle the streets, that's all I know. If you don't work, you don't eat, that's how it goes. Hustle the streets, that's all I know. If you don't work, you don't eat, that's how it goes. Give me that bread, give me that bread, give me that bread, give me that bread. Hustle the streets, that's all I know. So.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
So what's your favorite thing about creating music?
My favorite thing about creating music is probably the finishing product. Because, well, no, I trust the process. Because the process of making the music is different now. I write it, and then I go to the producer, and like I say, he shows me where I should double something or where I should put this and put that. So creating the songs now is probably, and then after, you know, the next thing is hearing the finishing product. Yeah. Because I know where it started from nothing. Yeah. And it just started from an idea, and I made it into a actual intellectual property.
So not only are you a musician, you also are an actor.
Yes. Yes.
So tell us about, how did you get involved in acting?
Well, I guess I've always been a character. You know, when I was younger, I always just liked to imitate the movies or, you know, the different scenes that I like from movies. And just always wanted to do it. So just I never pursued it. It never was like a pursuing passion. But I did go to an acting school back when I was younger. I think I was about 18 or 19. I went to the Beverly Hills film, you know, studio. Then, you know, just taking different acting classes and just trying to see what it was to get in, but never really like pushed it like I was pushing the music, you know. Now, because of who the character I am now, people see me and be like, yeah, we want you in the movie. We feel that you would do this role. I've been typecast a lot, which is funny, as a police officer, because that's totally opposite of my life growing up, you know. So being typecast as a police officer without this producer knowing that I was a police officer in another film, they just come up to me and say, yeah, you'll be a great nerd. I have a film that we're doing now. I think we start shooting on the 1st, and it's called Gangsta J Chronicles. I'm thinking I'll go to the auditions and the table read. Yeah, I'm gonna go be a gangster. Hey, we want you to be a police officer and a district attorney. So, yeah, okay, fine.
So what other films have you worked on?
Ah, well, I did Blinded by Love. That's out right now. We're at 5 million on Tubi right now. Blinded by Love. I did The Ramen. I right now I have a movie called Mark My Words on Amazon Prime. Have a movie on YouTube called Probation Violation that will be on Tubi soon. Just to, I'm working on. We just wrapped up on our first episode, or first, not episode, but the first series of The Laundromat Tales, where I play an actor and I'm also associate producer on that film. We're doing, like I say, Gangster Jake. We start that shooting. And then we have Force Entry that, with Queen C Production, that I'm also an associate producer on and actor also. Queen C, she's the one over Blinded by Love. But, I've been doing a lot of good, successful, independent movies.
Tell us about these films that you're producing on.
Well, again, because my business sense and my professionalism of other projects that I did with people, they come and ask me like, hey, we need an associate producer. Would you like that position? And I'm like, well, what do you need me to do? And they tell me the things to do, and I do them. So that's how I've been getting these different projects. As a producer, they like the way I conduct myself. So they, ask me different questions about how to do things, and because I'm very resourceful, how to get things, and I can present, help them do the things that they get.
Now, do you have any performances coming up?
Yes. Houston. Well, actually, I have a performance tomorrow night at an all-white party. Forgive me, promoters, I don't know the name of it and can't tell you where it is, but I do have a show tomorrow. But in Houston, I perform again for Miss Universe on the 3rd of next month in Houston. So those are my 2 shows that are coming up now.
Now, where can our audiences follow you to learn more about where they can find you, upcoming performances and music?
Yeah, my social media, everything is Reppa Senta. It's REPPA SENTA, and you put Gmail at the back of that. That's my email. You put it in Facebook, you put it in Instagram, TikTok, all of those, and Reppa Senta comes up. So that's how you find me anywhere.
Well, thank you so much for coming onto Maeya TV. And audiences, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you guys for having me.
We have a lot of great interviews coming up, so stay tuned. All right, bye.
See you.